A man has a bad day at work, and he forgets to show his dog, Champ, the normal amount of love.
Are we for real saying that women are the dog in this scenario? A woman should be like a dog in a marriage. That's actually what's happening here.
Each time she turns on a faucet, it's a reminder. Another one is when she turns on a light switch.
I hate to be the one to point this out, Marge, but if a woman was single, she would also still have access to modern plumbing and electricity.
What is her go-to move if the nagging doesn't work? Just withhold sex.
If you won't buy me this new tea set, then I shall withhold sex from you. Twirls moustache. This video is sponsored by Geology. If you've been around for a while, you'll already know that Geology is an award-winning skin, hair, and body care brand. They have over 10,000 5-star reviews, they've won 42 awards, and I have used them for a long time now. If you're looking for a simple, effective skincare routine, but you have no idea where to start because there's 10 billion products out there, Geology is perfect for you. You take a 60-second diagnostic quiz, you tell Geology about your skin and your goals. Their team of dermatologists will design a personalised routine just for you that's delivered straight to your door. I can't recommend enough the simplicity and efficacy of having a subscription skincare service that is personalised just for you. Despite whatever TikTok might tell you, there is no miracle product, there is no overnight magical solution. Effective skincare is a process, it takes time, and consistency is the best thing you can do. For me, having a subscription keeps me on track and means that I never run out of the products that I need. But if a subscription isn't your thing, you can find Geology on Amazon for up to 25% off. Scan my QR code, use the link down below, use my code to get 80% off your skincare trial set. That is just $10 for a complete 4-piece personalised skincare routine. Do check it out using the links down below. Thank you so much for listening, and to Geology for sponsoring this video. Hello lovely people, my name is Emma. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. Have you heard about God's plan? I'm not talking about like the tribes of Israel or the son that died and came back and went away again and is coming back one day. None of that stuff. I'm talking about his plan. The husband is the leader, the wife is the helper. Plan. It's not much of a plan really, is it? It's more of a statement. This is God's Plan, the YouTube channel. It's basically one of these red pill pick me lady channels, but Christian. And she's all about theoretically telling women how they are ruining marriages by being crazy. Super gender binary. Men are like this, women are like this. There is no room for nuance when it comes to the incredible complexity of a human being. All men like same thing, want same thing, biological imperative. All women act same because all women crazy. Because Eve ate apple. I could do one of these channels. I got the whole thing sorted already. Allow me to read for you the channel description. It's God's plan for the man to be the leader of his home. It's God's plan for the wife to be a submissive wife. This channel focuses on what women do to cause problems in marriage, based on my experiences. That's such a funny bit, because it just sounds like, these are all the problems I caused in my marriage. Women have a tendency, alright women, ladies, it's so condescending. Women have a tendency to dominate their husband and the marriage. That is the opposite of God's plan. Why did God make women so intuitively counter to what he wanted them to be in his plan? Just seems like a bad move on God's part. Maybe we should change the plan to accommodate women if that's the case. Men want a peaceful home. If he is not peaceful, normally it is because he is reacting to something his wife did. Look, men don't have a lot going on in their own lives, okay? If a man is unhappy, it's because of his wife. He can't have his own separate problems and experiences. If your man is unhappy, it is your fault. This disorder causes tension. Husband and wife need to remember the creation order and operate as such. Join me on this journey of discovery and growth in our Heavenly Father, our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ and Holy Ghost. Is it discovery and growth if you start out thinking you already have all the answers? I don't know that this lovely lady is going to do a lot of changing and growing and learning. I am here to share the gospel of Jesus Christ, specifically in regard to Christian marriage, biblical submission of wives, and respecting the husband's leadership and masculinity. This world has made people believe masculine men are bad, but that is a false belief. That is a false belief. I agree with her. This world is not campaigning against masculine men. Also, masculine man doesn't mean dominant husband to submissive wife. You can be a very masculine, manly man and still have an equal cooperative marriage. Live and walk in the Spirit of God and not in your flesh. No. Shan't. God, it's hard to know where to start here. We've got such an amazing selection of videos exposing women's broken brains. But God made those, right? Genesis 3:16 in today's world, how women ruin 91% of marriages. Why are women impossible? I would love to know the demographics of this channel because I bet it is like 90% men that watch this for personal validation. Yeah, the reason my marriage or relationship is difficult is because women are wrong. I have no personal responsibility for how my marriage goes whatsoever. Bad wives' favourite move. Why women are so damaged. I bet it's society. I'll bet you anything it's society that is what has done that. Why women react like psychos. The math of bad marriages. Men only need two things. Do you think one of them is sex? I bet one of them's sex. Is it sex and a tidy house? Is that it? Shall we find out? Let's find out. Keeping a man happy is simple, but most wives are too selfish to even try. Women are selfish, men are simple. At least this title is equally offensive to husbands and wives.
Isn't it crazy that so many married men absolutely hate their lives? I mean, all they want are two simple things, and their wives know exactly what those are.
Obviously, I'm not married, but I am in a relationship, and thinking about Matt for a second, one of them's got to be Coca-Cola.
How could we not? They only want peace and a consistent peace. This sounds super easy.
Those are both the same thing. Coca-Cola and consistent Coca-Cola probably would work for Matt. Do you think this woman ever says her name anywhere? Because I feel really rude and awkward trying to refer to her without knowing who she is. It's just weird that it hasn't said anywhere, and neither has she.
And it is. Until, you know, women.
She's so funny. You know, women. Women, am I right? Fellas? I'm definitely not doing this for validation from men on the internet.
Unfortunately, most wives use these two basic needs as an opportunity to manipulate and control their men. For example, she wants something, but he doesn't agree. Does she talk to him about it like one normal adult to another?
I'm hoping the answer is going to be yes, because otherwise, what your claim about what a normal adult is doesn't really make sense. If all married women behave the same crazy way, then that is normal. That's the norm. She's saying one normal adult to another, as if married women aren't normal adults. Like, a normal adult is actually a man. It's code for a man. A normal human being, in this worldview, is a man, and then women are some weird, crazy outlier other. Apart from this lady, who is not like other girls. Look at her expression. Just put your eyebrows down for a minute, okay? Give them a rest. They're probably getting tired.
Of course not. She chooses to disrupt his peace by nagging him until he gives her what she wants. Now, if he gives it to her, it's just to shut her up. We all know that is a horrible reason. But this type of woman is so selfish that she doesn't care or even notice the damage it does to him and the relationship.
What are you talking about? Who is this? The video title says most wives are too selfish. So when she says this type of woman, does she mean most women? I get the impression she does, but where is this coming from? Makes me suspicious that maybe all her personal friends are selfish women. Maybe she has long-term issues with her own mother. I'm just saying this has to come from somewhere.
Now, what is her go-to move if the nagging doesn't work? Yep, just withhold sex until he gives in. Doesn't really matter to her.
Is this a sitcom from the 90s? I knew one of those pieces was code for sex. I knew it'd be sex. That's what it comes down to in this bizarre worldview. Men all want sex all the time. It's basically all they think about because they're such simple creatures. Women only interested in sex as a bargaining chip to get what they want. If you won't buy me this new tea set, then I shall withhold sex from you. Twirls moustache. Is any relationship actually like this?
Doesn't really matter to her. She doesn't care about him, his needs, or the relationship.
Well, but sometimes doesn't she want to have sex? So it would affect her as well. Or are we just fully saying, going down the route of, no, well, I don't want to have sex ever, so I assume no other women ever do either. It's a duty to be performed for one's husband. I bet this lady just lays there.
She only really cares about what she wants. Why is this pattern so common?
Is it? We just have your word to take for the fact that this is so common. I don't think it is.
This disgusting reality happens so often that no one even blinks at this situation because these behaviors have been so normalized. Why do I use the word disgusting? What else do you call a person who treats someone so badly when he is only there because he wants to protect and provide?
He's only there because he wants to protect and provide. God, you would act out if that was the only reason that your partner married you. He didn't marry me because we have a really deep connection. We're like best friends who share everything with each other. He thinks I'm funny and clever. No, it's because he is man who must protect and provide. What if, and I know this isn't going to work in this worldview, what if she is stronger and earns more money? I also don't know what this protect means in 2026. It's not like a Dragon Quest game. It's not like every time you leave the house to go to the shop, you have to battle 10 monsters on the way. Like, if somebody's there just to protect you, that's not a husband, that's a bodyguard. People get paid for that service. She's so smug! Good lord, I've never seen anyone so smug in my life.
Disgusting is about right. What do you call it?
Made up? By you?
Here's why this happens. 1. Pure selfishness. Selfish wives don't worry about what husbands need, want, feel, think, etc.
Point 1 is only the case if you marry a narcissist.
2. Low-level thinker. Humans have different levels of understanding about themselves, the world, and, most importantly, how their behavior impacts others. The lowest levels think of themselves as the main characters, and the rest of us are NPCs.
Oh, I didn't expect to hear her say NPCs. So she is viewing the world through the lens of a Dragon Quest game. I knew it! She's either selfish or stupid. I would argue that they're kind of the same. Just 2 is she's giving a reason for why they're selfish. That's the same as the first one.
3. Zero-sum mentality. These people are aware that others have needs, but think resources are limited, so they hoard as much for themselves as possible.
Well, I desperately need an example for scenario number 3. She's nagging him to get what she wants because she's afraid of limited resources. I mean, that doesn't work in any scenario I'm imagining. I was thinking it was like, she wants to go out for dinner, or she wants a new tea set. Let's redo the living room carpet. Some generic heteronormative wife desire. Does this lady think that some women only nag their husbands to get a new carpet because they're afraid that new carpets are a limited resource and they have to get one as quickly as possible? What the fuck are you talking about?
We women who have figured things out understand a few very basic laws of relationships.
I need you to stop doing that with your eyes. We women who have figured things out know that there are some simple rules to relationships. Let your face drop naturally. It's okay. It's like she's terrified of resting bitch face.
Being caring and considerate of our husband's needs is the best way to give them what they need so that we can get what we need. What we do directly impacts our husband's well-being and his ability to be the best provider and protector he can.
Well, see, now to me, that sounds pretty fucking selfish. The bad way to live your life is to withhold something from your husband to force him to do something. What you should do is bribe your husband into doing things for you.
What this looks like in real life. Ascending spiral. A descending spiral is more common in relationships. We do what's called the ascending spiral, which is when we give freely of ourselves.
I love that she made a whole point about how there are some people out there that think of themselves as the main characters and the rest of us as just NPCs. And then she's going, we are the women that get it, the high-thinking women that understand reality. We follow God's plan as his chosen. You know what I mean? There's just some kind of irony here that I'm finding quite enjoyable.
More of our husband's needs are met, so he can give more freely of himself, which meets more of our needs, and allows us to give more freely of ourselves. Which, you get the point.
Alright, that sucked. What else we got? Go on then. We have to, don't we? Women's problem with nice guys. The surprising reason she hates his niceness.
Women logic ruins so many things.
Women logic. The fact that she's putting it in inverted quotes means that she knows that this is a made-up idea, right? She's saying women logic is not a real thing. And yet I have this suspicion that that might not actually be what she means.
Marriage is supposed to be a wonderful, safe place, a sanctuary of love and nurturing companionship.
Why did we zoom in on her chin? Marriage is supposed to be a nice, safe place where we all have a good time and it's happy rainbows and kittens and us serving our husbands whatever he needs so that he can be nice to us in return.
I mean, two people promise each other and God that they will love and support each other forever, no matter what. That's a great start. So, why do so many marriages turn into horrible nightmares where the spouses are unhappy and may even hate each other?
I know this one. It's because women. But women bad. I think we know that it can't be because any man has ever done anything wrong in a marriage. It's the women. Always the women.
Wait, before you answer that, let's be more specific. How do so many women who have loving, kind, high-quality men...
I told you she was a red pill. She's been on some internet forum, adopted this pick-me red pill attitude as her whole personality, and fit it around the Bible to make it feel righteous. Well done, whoever you are. So weird that we don't know her name. Do you think we ever get to see her husband? I'm betting not.
End up giving them the absolute worst treatment in marriage, instead of returning loving kindness of their own. Well, that comes from yet another terrible flaw in women's thinking. I understand how that sounds, but we all know it's simply the truth.
Some vague thing about women being terrible. We all know it's the truth. What? You haven't even said anything. What are you even talking about? I hate her delivery. She has probably the worst delivery I've seen in any YouTube video ever. I edit a lot in unscripted videos. I know that. That's because I have a lot of thinking time where I sit here like... thinking about what I'm going to say next. And I stop to sip my coffee a lot. But it's like a cut every 3 seconds, and then she just repeats the same, and what do you think? And women are terrible, and it's because the women are so terrible. We all know that it's true, because women are stupid and have stupid brain, because women stupid and selfish and evil.
Let me explain exactly what this is
Please.
By giving an example that both men and women can easily understand. Picture this with me. A man has a bad day at work, and he forgets to show his dog, Champ, the normal amount of love when he gets home. Now, Champ knows something is wrong, so he comes over to help make things better. Of course, the man realizes he was being selfish and feels totally guilty that he was taking things out on Champ, so he apologizes.
Are we for real saying that women are the dog in this scenario? That's what we're actually going with. A woman should be like a dog in a marriage. That's actually what's happening here. Just wanted to check.
Aw, buddy,
AI man and dog jump scare.
I'm sorry, and makes it up to him. What happened here is that they both value the relationship more than the temporary inconvenience of a few emotional moments. Now, let's think of how a woman often treats her husband after she's had a bad day.
Yeah, we're for real saying that because dogs are generally unquestioningly loyal, however their owners treat them, their owners, that's how an ideal wife should act. I apologize, it's sort of hard for me to express the horror I'm feeling inside right now. Let's hear the example of what a terrible, evil, selfish woman does.
She comes home from work, angry and frustrated. Her husband knows something is wrong, so he tries to help her feel better. Sounds like normal behavior from a loving partner, right? Right. Yeah? So why does she snap at him and treat him like he's the actual problem? Well, because she thinks he's a fool. What? Why? Well, the simple reason is she knows she's acting like a B word and he's being nice to her. And in her twisted woman world, Any man who not only allows bad treatment, but gets even nicer to the person giving it is a fool.
Not to repeat myself, but what the fuck are you talking about? Where is this coming from? She's invented this scenario in which a woman is being horrible, and then she's invented a reason for it, and is calling that reality. If a person comes home from work after a stressful day and then is snappy with their partner, it's not because they're being nice and they just think that nice people are stupid. I'd go out on a limb, I'd put money on the fact that that is never the reason. Probably because if you've had a terrible day, you'll be in an irritable mood. Maybe what they need is space to calm down and relax. I can't imagine having a bad day and coming home to Matt and Matt being really nice and me being like, the fool! Ugh, typical. I've had a stressful day and now this fool comes to be nice to me. God, I hate nice guys so much. No woman on the planet thinks like that. This is a red pill imagined scapegoat of a woman stereotype. It's crazy that a real living woman has fallen for this and is preaching it like it's reality. These videos feel like the ransom tapes of a woman who is trapped in the home of a red pill manosphere bro and is gaslighting her on the daily about how everything that ever goes wrong in their marriage or how he feels is her fault as a wife. That's legitimately how this feels. Like, it's hard to find explanations for why somebody would think like this. It's deranged. This is not a person who has had experience of normal human relationships.
No, I can't make this make sense. No one can. Does she really think wives get the same treatment as the rest of the world? Now, again, she knows she's being a total witch to him for no reason, but he's thinking, this is my wife. It's just a bad part of one day. And one day out of the thousands they will have together.
I like that in this scenario she's conjured, the woman is evil. She knows she's being a B-word, being a witch. She knows she's being horrible, but she doesn't care because she thinks she deserves better. And the husband is like, oh, she's being a little cruel to me, but I know that it's just one moment and deep down she loves me dearly and we'll have the rest of our lives together in joy, so I'll let her abuse me now. It's very easy to paint women as the villain if you just make up scenarios in which women are being a villain. Every video must be this. Just, women are terrible because of this. Here's an example I've just made up. And then she tells a story about a woman being horrible to a really nice man. Like, yeah, that does make women sound terrible. You just made it up. You made up a story where a woman is terrible. Of course it does. How about women's brains are obsolete? I mean, if she thinks that women in relationships should just be dogs, then that kind of tracks. Women, their logic saved humanity but makes them unbearable. Okay.
The average woman treats her husband like they are living in caveman times.
Do you think that's an AI photo? This guy's only got one leg, I think, so probably.
Like life and death hang in the balance.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. Did you just say that women treat men like it's caveman times? That's what you do. You're the one that says men only marry women because they're supposed to protect them.
That's why their behavior is so weird and spastic in modern life.
Whoa! You can't just say that. Of course she casually throws out ableist language, just if this lady wanted to make it any clearer that she is the villain. Thanks, Marge. I'm gonna call her Marge because I don't know her name.
They plot, plan, and act like they need to improve their odds of living another day, not realizing that the stress of this lifestyle will kill them and their marriage faster than any saber-toothed tiger or...
Definitely AI. Just another negative 10,000 points for Marge.
Tiger or invading tribe. What this looks like on a daily basis,
Please
that
explain.
they're always scanning for threats to their survival. This includes testing their men to see if they have the best provider and protector available.
I'm not being funny because I love him very much, but I wouldn't be with Matt if that was what we did on a daily basis. Matt and I have agreed that come some kind of, I don't know, zombie-style apocalypse, we're both dead instantly. Obviously I can't speak for all the ladies out there, but I don't personally live every day as if it's the caveman times, thinking I am constantly under threat and needing to evaluate my man to see if he's good enough to protect me from the world. That's because, and this might sound crazy, I'm my own person. And though the world is full of challenges, I am capable of tackling them myself. Ideally, and what I feel to be true in my relationship, is that we can tackle them together. Through mutual love and support. Mutual. Meaning there is not one submissive, obedient party in the relationship, because that's weird. Again, I can't help but think that this is probably not what any adult woman really thinks day to day.
When he fails just one test, she begins to think extremely silly things like, well, if I can bully him, then almost anyone can. Therefore, most men are better than he is. Where this gets super messy is any man who is higher in the pecking order in any situation can seem like a better man than hers.
So again, says who? This just sounds like it's what she thinks. This sounds like she goes out in the world and is like, okay, that man over there is clearly higher tier than my husband, and a weaker woman might think that he's a better choice to be with than my partner, but I know best. There's definitely just some weird personal insecurity, deeply sheltered feelings. It's not normal to think about people this way.
That can be the captain of the bowling team, the head of the church, etc.
Oh, fellas, it's so rough, isn't it, when your wife starts belittling you because she meets the captain of the bowling team. Nothing emasculates men more than the captain of a bowling team.
But instead of blaming herself for making a poor choice, she blames him for being less than he initially presented. This type of person will feel like she wasted her life with a loser. Yes, the irony and hypocrisy are both very real in this woman. So now that you know what 99% of people don't...
99% of people don't know this, but I'll let you in on the truth. She presents these videos like those adverts you see on the side of websites. One weird trick wives don't want you to know.
How can well-intended women stop this pattern? It can actually be super easy. She simply has to realize that she lives in a very modern and safe world.
Hold on, but if she realizes that she lives in a modern and safe world, she might also realize that she doesn't need a husband to protect her. I'm just saying, Marge, this plan could backfire.
Each time she turns on a faucet, it's a reminder. The fact that she has easy access to clean water and doesn't have to go find it is a pretty good clue. Another one is when she turns on a light switch. Remember, she is not being plunged into darkness.
Because we have running water and electric lighting, women should all be perfectly content in their marriages. I hate to be the one to point this out, Marge, but if a woman was single, or even, say, with a different man, she would also still have access to modern plumbing and electricity. I don't know if this is going to help the marriage side of things.
And all the threats that entails every time the sun goes down. Lastly, getting food. They're now called groceries, and someone put them all in one place for her. She's not gathering while her man is out hunting all day, every day.
Marge, women know this. Women who are married to men know that grocery stores exist. How simple she makes a woman and her life sound. Somebody put all the food you need in one place for you so you can go and gather it to make a meal for your man. Women aren't fucking amoebas. Marge, we're not stupid. We understand the concept of a grocery store, or a food shop, as I would say. Dare I say, it is so obvious that it's almost certain that that is not the reason that any woman is unhappy in her marriage. She's not unhappy with her man because she's forgotten that food shops and running water exist. This might be the most deranged woman on YouTube. What must her husband be like?
Since these modern conveniences are used multiple times a day, they easily provide all the opportunity needed for a woman to adjust her thinking, so she can remove the panic button from every decision that she makes, right?
If there are any women in relationships that are panicking about having the resources needed to survive, that is a very specific trauma response. And not what all women think because women are just so stupid that they don't understand how lucky they are. Look, do women need a provider and protector, or is life so safe and convenient that they don't need to worry about those things? You can't have it both ways, Marge! Well, there we go. That was whoever the hell runs God's plan. Absolutely appalling editing. I know not everyone has the training, but just so you know, I'll have done my best to cut these moments out so that you don't experience the random white flashes throughout her videos. Usually after she's inserted some AI image, the screen just flashes white. The worst presentation skills I've ever seen. It's like a 16-year-old speaking in front of their classmates for the first time, so they just sort of panic react with like really big gestures and repeating the same intonation every single sentence. And what about that? And my eyes are bulging out of their sockets because I'm just being so sincere right now. But more importantly than any of those things, everything she says is completely unhinged and speaks to a very weird, sheltered, and unhappy upbringing or current life, a very peculiar or invented view of relationships that is made to just fit this red pill ideology and doesn't actually reflect the normal human relationships that exist in the real world, in the modern world. Gotta say, personally, doesn't really sell God's plan to me. God's plan sounds like it was made up for the world's thickest sitcom couple, and not regular human beings. I've got 3 swears in here. I feel like I swore more than that and forgot about it, so I'll see you in the edit. Thanks very much for watching. Do leave your thoughts down below. If you're married or you've been in a relationship for a while, I want to hear from you especially. Do like this video, share it with a pal, that all helps the algorithm. Yeah. If you want to support this channel and what I do here, consider checking out today's sponsor using the link down below. Check out my gaming channel at Little Duck Gaming. The best way to support this channel is via the Patreon. That's patreon.com/EmmaThorneVideos. With that, I must give a big old thank you and a shout out to my giant chickens and colossal quackers over on Patreon. Especially Conla. God damn it, Conla. Be a better wife, Conla. He's a man. Most importantly, have yourselves a very lovely week, and I will see you really soon.